Today's podcast is brought to you by Body Armor. DrinkBodyArmor.com. Only you can be better. You're listening to EPPN's Today with DW.
James Harden wouldn't go to the game wearing outdated fashion, so why would he choose an outdated sports drink?
I wouldn't.
He wouldn't. This is Body Armor. More natural, more electrolytes, better sports drink. Thanks, Gatorade. We'll take it from here.
Good evening. It is the Wednesday night edition of Today with DW. How are you guys doing on this lovely happy hump day? It is halfway through the week. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. I don't know. I'm just really happy. For some reason, I'm happy it's Wednesday. Is anybody really happy about Wednesday? Usually you're happy about Friday, Saturday, and then, Sunday you're like, yeah, Monday's coming. But I love Mondays. I think I'm a rare breed where everybody's like, really? You like Mondays? No, I'm like, thank God it's Monday. I like Mondays. It's a new week. Starts everything fresh. Whatever you screwed up for the following week, you just can kind of just push the restart button. And just like the referees, it's a fresh start to the week. So anyway, how is everybody doing? It is the Wednesday edition, as I just said. I'm in a good mood. Everything's good. I'm excited about today's show. We got a packed, full show. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. We finally got some new intros and new segments from our awesome voice actor that I talked with through LinkedIn a couple weeks ago. His name is Dan Hurst. He's part of the Marvel U. Yes, he is. All I'm going to tell you is that he is in WandaVision 3 on Disney Plus right now. And I did not know that before we connected. And it's just amazing. So technically, yeah, I guess would I be nonchalant? I'd be connected to the Marvel U too, because I'm working with him. So, hey, Earplug Podcast Network and Today with DW is part of the Marvel U. Wink, wink. But he did some bumpers and some segment intros for me. He's going to be now the official voice of Today with DW. It's such a pleasure to work with him. He's an amazing voice actor. I'm just excited about the whole thing. I can't wait. We will debut his intro of Strange Tales. We worked together, so I did some editing and some of the producing of it, but he gave me the voice, gave me what I was asking for, and boom, then we have that. That's pretty much how the segments work. He gives me the voice and how the tone and how I want it, and then I just kind of take it over from there. So obviously, the last Strange Tales is something we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. It used to be junk drawer, which will be here and out randomly throughout the weeks, but the Strange Tales seems to be something that you guys like, and it seems to be something current or something that I think I'm going to be doing every Tuesday and Wednesday, and then be throwing in Hollywood news or Hollywood happenings with some food files or junk drawer, or we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. 2021 has definitely been some great changes already. We've leveled the playing field a little bit more with this show. Like I said in past episodes, I couldn't be here without you guys. If you guys weren't endorsing the show, I don't know if I'd be doing it daily, Tuesday through Fridays. And if this is the first time you've been listening, I am here Tuesday through Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Tuesdays are the sports edition. Wednesday and Thursdays are Today with DW. Friday is Today with DW, the pop culture edition with Angry Geek's very own Louis Perry. We break down everything from pop culture, comics, news, pop culture and movie news, whatnot, trailers, as long as YouTube allows us to do that. We've also been doing some Saturday episodes. If you guys want to keep the Saturday episodes going, please message me. You can direct message me if you're friends with me on Facebook, or hit us up on the Today with DW Facebook page, or the Earplug Podcast Network Facebook page, and let me know if you want to do Saturdays. We've done 2 so far, and the response has been pretty decent. We'll see how it goes for this coming week. I have some new clients coming in, so we'll be doing some podcasting on Saturday as well. The studio is starting to finally pick up, even with COVID. We're getting some new podcasters coming in. I got a lot of stuff to do in the background too. We got some new shows coming. The Above the Bar podcast with host Sean Murphy. We're uploading all his old, I should say, past episodes, 33 or 34, onto the network, and you'll be able to listen to that. I was also honored to be a guest on one of his episodes, and we have a few more coming down the road. So, and when I'm able to tell you about them, I will. So, like I said, I'm excited. It's been a slow start, but I'm excited for it, for the studios to start picking up. And again, the show's been doing great. Some major sponsors, obviously Body Armor, the Shirt Factory, and Chase Sports Complex are always every episode sponsor of Today with DW. And we've had some few others interested as well. So we've been talking about that. So again, it's because of you guys listening and getting the listens and the downloads I need to get those sponsors. So you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Again, I have like my 3 o'clock in the morning voice going on right now. Like, it's like, hey, welcome to 95.5 late night with DW. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. Could be the lack of sleep. Who knows? But I could be that nighttime DJ. I think I have a good voice for that right now. It doesn't happen all the time. But again, check us out over on Today with DW Today with DW show podcast page on Facebook. I always put out the national holidays, some little teasers of what the show is going to be this at night. So usually I do them between 3 and 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to give you guys a start to the day. It gives you a little bit of a teaser what we're going to be breaking down and doing for tonight's show. And again, if you guys have any questions, or if you want a topic, if there's a current news topic that you guys are interested in, let me know. Shout it out in the comments. I have no problem with changing the routine or changing the format of the show. If there's something in the current news that you're like, hey, what do you think about this, DW? Or what do you think about that? Please chime in the comments. Now, I follow my personal page, so I can see who's on my personal page. But as far as the other pages, it's the YouTube page and Today with DW. I don't know if you're here. I can see how many people are here, which there are quite a few. But please shout out in the comments, say hi, join the conversation, join the show. This is as much as your show as it is mine. So the more you guys interact, the more it's your show. So if you have, like I said, if you have anything, we'll try to stay away from politics and COVID and whatnot. But if you had any weird news that you've seen, or like, hey, have you heard about this? Or, hey, what do you think about this? Or even this movie or whatnot, please shout it out in the comments, or at least just say hi. I'd love to hear you guys say hi and see what you guys are up to. Oh, thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob. Food files and junk drawer are my favorites. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that, man. You might like the strange files. We pretty much, I upgraded a little bit. But again, junk drawer is really, really random stuff I just find. But the strange tales is more kind of like Florida Man, stupid criminals, and just really odd stories. We do have food files tonight, so you'll enjoy the food files for tonight. Some random stuff. There's so much that I found in the last couple of days. I don't know if I can pack all of food files on a Wednesday episode, but we'll see what we can do. And I can always hold it till next week. But there's always some great, interesting facts and some fun things with the food files. So thank you for joining us, Rob. I hope everything's good down in New York City. So let's, you know what? Screw it. Let's get into today's show, shall we? So it's going to be, of course, I'm going to be talking about unusual holidays. And the more you know, remember you being watched when you set a fire. Amazon driver picks up a one-of-a-kind item in Strange Tales. Michelle Pfeiffer goes into rehab in Hollywood happenings. Boston Chicken finally enters the chicken wars, which is kind of funny because weren't they kind of like always chicken? But we'll find out all that and more in the food files. And brought to you by Body Armor, their shirt factory, and Chase Factory. And we'll be right back. Don't get anywhere. Don't get anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Grab a few drinks. It's going to be a good show.
Calling it a day, Carrie?
Oh no, there's more.
Like what?
More reps, more steps. More this, more that.
More time to breathe.
More hustle, more grind.
There's more to Carrie Underwood.
And I should wrap by midnight.
Impressive.
And there's more to Body Armor Light with natural sweeteners, no sugar added, and only 20 calories.
Welcome back. That was a quick intro. I'm on fire tonight. I'm in a mood. This show is. I'm excited for this show. I can't help it. There's some cool things going on. So I said, screw it. We're going to cut everything really short and get right into the nitty gritty of everything. Again, it is the Wednesday night edition, the Happy Hump Day edition of Today with DW. Like I said, if you guys are joining us, please say hi in the comments. Let me know you're here. Like I said, I love having you guys part of the show. Like I said, this show wouldn't be here without you guys. And you know what? Let's get right into today's The More You Know. Today, The More You Know is brought to you by shirtfactorygf.com. Check them out if you're in upstate New York. Awesome, amazing, eclectic shops. There's something for everybody there. Reasonably priced. Always something great there. They are open pretty much 7 days a week. The best times, from what I've been told by the owner, is Thursday through Saturdays from 12 to 5, when pretty much all the shops are open. And again, some amazing, Christmas is over with. That doesn't matter. Buy something for yourself. You can still buy something for somebody, right? Just to give somebody, do it. Check them out. Shirtfactorygf.com if you need more info and operating hours. So let's get right into it. All right. It is The More You Know. There is. I'm a little off right now. There we go. 18 days until Valentine's Day. You guys what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Are you going to go out to dinner? I mean, obviously, COVID might change some things. So would you do a romantic dinner at home? Will you make reservations? Do you have a special gift this year because it is COVID and it's been a rough year? Let me know in the comments below. 19 days until Mardi Gras. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I do this every time. 19 days until Signal Awareness Day. So if you're down in the dumps on Valentine's Day, at least they have a day right after just for you guys. Well, for myself. I'm single too. So there you go. So I have a day for me. Look at that. 20 days until Mardi Gras. 49 days until St. Patrick's Day. 52 days until spring. This feels so far away. 52 days. And 124 days until Memorial Day. National holidays today. National Chocolate Cake Day. Are you a fan? Chocolate cake? I don't know, man. I don't know. What's going on, JC? Good to see you, my friend. I'm not a chocolate cake fan. I don't know. I've never been a fan. I guess I'm vanilla. I'm basic. There's many ways you could say that. I'm vanilla when it comes to cake. Other than that, I'm not. We'll just leave it at that. But it also is Library Selfie Day. And you're like, what? Taking selfies at the library? What? Yes, we all take selfies everywhere. And did you know if it's more than one person in the photo, it's not a selfie, it's an ussie. Yes, it's a real thing. I'm not making this up. It's an ussie. I don't make this stuff up. I just tell you what I know. Anyway, some collectors of books tend to arrange their collections so their spines can be admired pleasantly. Others have a system of organization that results in an alternative art form. However, our books are organized on the shelf. They are meant to be photographed and shared on social media. Library selfies offer bookstores, libraries, schools, and individuals an opportunity to express their reading preferences through a single photograph. Whether they frame their favorite authors, titles, genres, or cover art, readers share a bit of their library in creative ways. With or without dust jackets, signed or in unsigned, degreed in mint condition, bibliophiles love books of all kinds. Now, I've never done that. I shouldn't say I shouldn't do that because I've definitely taken pictures. There you go. As we're getting back to Valentine's Day, JC says, always home cook is definitely more romantic. Oh, thumbs up, dude. The totally thumbs up. God knows what happens after dinner. You get more than just the dessert that's on the table. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. Well, I hope you have a good Valentine's Day with your someone special, JC. I take pictures of my comic books, to show what we have. Obviously, some of the rare collections I have, whether it's nerdy or not, I do that. But as far as a library, I guess I have a library. Sadly, they're in boxes. They're not displayed everywhere. I mean, I do have some displayed in the studio here on the wall, that some of the eclectic or the most not worthy, but I guess most expensive ones or some of the oldest ones that I have. They're in the studio now, and they're obviously shared. I should have probably taken pictures of them today. I guess it's a library. It's just not like full extensive. But anyway, today in history, in 1825, U.S. Congress approves Indian Territory, which is present-day Oklahoma, clearing the way for the forced relocation of the Eastern Indian tribes via the Trail of Tears. 1894, first college basketball game was held at University of Chicago. University of Chicago beat Chicago YMCA 1911. I don't know. I told you I was in the mood today. It's Wednesday. 1948, first tape recorder sold. And then came the Walkman. How many of you had Walkmans? I thought that was the best thing. Walkmans, and then the Walkman CD player. I thought, now they're obviously not kind of antiquated, but still, I thought it was the best thing. 1976, Laverne and Shirley TV spinoff from Happy Days starring Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams premieres on ABC. 1984, we all know about this one. 1984, Michael Jackson is burned during filming for a very infamous Pepsi commercial. And lastly, 1992, the man is always in the news, no matter what year it is. Mike Tyson goes on trial for rape, and he is definitely found guilty. And that is today's The More You Know. All right, yet not a lot going on today in history. But again, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. If I sound a little out of sorts or like what's going on with DW today, he's like a little hyped up. It's probably because of my body armor. Look at that right there. Hold on. This is great for audio while I take a drink. Anyway, I don't know what it is today. I was just hyped preparing the show. To give you guys an idea, just in the background, people have asked me, how long does it take you to prepare for the show? Now, the shows go quick. I mean, they seem to go quick for me. An hour and a half goes quick. A lot of people, especially the people that come into the studio, are like, tell us, they want to know more about podcasting, and we do classes. Well, we'll be doing classes, but we can do classes now, but we'll be doing some future classes with some businesses. But they're like, oh, I only, I want to talk for only 45 minutes. And I always tell them that's a very short time. You'd be shocked at how quick 45 minutes goes. If you have a topic and you start talking with others, 45 minutes goes quick. An hour and a half goes very quick. An hour and a half goes very quick. I hope it doesn't go as quick for you as it does for me. I could talk for 3, 4, 5 hours. I mean, we could do it, I could do a 3-hour show. I don't know if you guys would listen to a 3-hour show, but I had some people coming in this past Saturday. We did a special Saturday edition of Today with DW with Sonia, who owns Cosmic Affirmations, and Sherry, who owns Adirondack Zen. And I did a live tarot card reading for the first time. Never had my cards read, never been something as like I'm into that kind of thing, but I'm open to anything. So I did that, and we went about hour and a half, and they could not believe. They're like, really? I thought it was only a half hour, and it was an hour and a half. So it definitely goes quicker than you think. So if you're thinking about doing a podcast, and there's nothing wrong with doing a podcast for 30, 45 minutes, but remember, it goes very quick. You'll be shocked to realize on how quick it really goes. And an hour really seems long for people, but it's not. I mean, we're already 20 minutes in, and I feel like I've only been on for 5 minutes. So that's how it is. But again, give us, you want to start a podcast, email me, earplugpodcast@gmail.com. You don't need to do anything. Just bring a topic in your voice. I have the gear. I have everything you need. That's what the studio is for you just to bring your topics, have some fun. I do all the production. I do the logo work. I do everything post and pre. Just hit me up. It's perfect time. COVID. Come on. Let's do it. Social distance is perfect. And we're probably one of the cleanest and safest spots in upstate New York, considering it's only me. It's always sanitized. It's always clean. Just give me a shot. I'd love to have you come in the studio. Even if you don't want a podcast, but you want to see the studio and hang out, I have seating. I'd love to have a live audience for one of my shows. You guys want to hang out? There's drinks, there's body armor in there. There's water. You want to bring your own drinks. If you want alcoholic beverages, bring them in. More than happy. We got couches, we got some chairs, sit in. I'd love to have a live audience for any of our shows. I think that'd be fun. And maybe it'll give you an idea. Maybe it'll inspire you to start your own podcast. A lot of what I do can help people on Instagram Live. Yes, Rob. Yes. Yeah, we thought about that too. And that's, and I have thought about that. Obviously, a couple of my good friends that are podcasters as well do it on Instagram Live. We would I have to do a little bit different type of setup for that, but yeah. But that's not out of the possibilities. Thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said, that's been in the works for me to try to do an Instagram Live. It's just been getting difficult as I add more elements to the show. It becomes a little bit more hard. One more thing to moderate or to monitor, I should say, on what's going on. And right now, usually it's 2 laptops running the soundboard, the phone I'm monitoring, plus the soundboard, plus the cameras. So it gets a little difficult. But yeah, that's not out of the possibility of what we can do here. If that's something that the people really want, I have no problem doing an Instagram Live. I think that would be a great idea. It gives them a different angle than what we're seeing right here. Yeah. You know what, Rob? You know what? We'll start that next week. We'll try to do that. I'll do one of the episodes. Maybe I'll do the sports edition on Instagram. I think that would be great. Thank you for making that comment. But let's get right into our next segment. Now, this next segment, as I said in the beginning of the show, didn't really have an intro, but as we were leveling up, since this will be 115th episode since March 13th, I wanted to level up, and I was approached by a voice actor, a very well-known voice actor, through LinkedIn. His name is Dan Hurst. He does a lot of work in the UK, a lot of international commercial work and whatnot. And we chit-chatted a few weeks ago, and we started working on some things together. And the first one, he will be, like I said in the beginning of the show, he's going to be the official voice of Today with DW, as far as our announcer. There will be new intros made. There will be new videos made. I'm still working and producing them as Dan. What Dan does is gives me just the straight voice. He gives me the clips and how I want him to approach it and the tone and whatnot. Then I add the sound effects. I add the effects, the music and whatnot, set the tone for each thing. So the first thing I did, because we've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, was Strange Tales. It's something that I liked. It is the junk drawer, but something different. I wanted to separate the two. For the fact some things that fit in the junk drawer really didn't fit in the junk drawer. They were more strange tales. They were more bizarre. Think of X-Files, weird Florida Man kind of things. So Dan and I talked about this, and this is what we came up with. So here's the start of today's Strange Tales.
Now, EPPN presents today's Strange Tales.
Right off the bat, Bedford man runs over street sign and chase flees on foot. Bedford County man accused of driving through a busy Sheetz parking lot. Sheetz, that's funny. While chased by state police, is now in jail. Justin Mannier, 32 of Bedford, faces felony and misdemeanor charges along with 189. Let me hold on. Let me stop this for a second. Just so you, 189 traffic violations. One day, just from this chase. This man should get a golden coin. I should have one of the Marios go ding, the level up coins. But anyway, let's get back in this. Stemming at 189 traffic violations stemming from a chase Sunday in West Providence Township in Everett Borough, according to charges filed by state police. Minor was wanted on a felony assault warrant, and state police learned he was driving a tan-colored Dodge Durango and would be arriving at home at his residence Sunday evening. So obviously somebody tipped him off. When Manir pulled up into the residence at about 7:30 and state police spotted him, he drove through the front yard, led troopers onto a chase into Everett Borough. At one point, to avoid a red light, Manir drove through a Sheetz parking lot at a high rate of speed and ran over a street sign as he drove back onto the road. State police noted in the charges. State police indicated Manir initially crashed the Durango into an embankment so he could flee on foot. He was taken into custody and arraigned Sunday night on an outstanding warrant. Bail in that case is set at $50,000 cash. Guys are idiots. Oh. Amazon driver. Now, during COVID, we've given a lot of crap. If you had Prime for the longest time, I'm one of those people. Raise your hands if you're one of those people. For the longest time, because of COVID, you couldn't get your Amazon Prime, 5-7 day delivery. All of a sudden it was 2-3 weeks. And drivers were getting, the UPS drivers or even postal workers or FedEx delivering your packages were getting a lot of shit. But I think those guys need need an applause. I think what the UPS guys do. Yes, thank you. Definitely needed an applause. I don't think anybody respects them enough to realize what they go through on a daily basis. If you just stepped in their shoes for one day, I think you would understand. But anyway, Amazon driver finds baby on an abandoned side of the road by a parent carjacker. An Amazon driver in Texas took action when he spotted a baby that was left on the side of the road after an apparent carjacking on Monday. Juan Carlos Flores told KTRX and ABC News that he was on his typical route in Houston when he spotted a baby in the car seat. Wow. I told you this is some strange tales. Houston Police Department told KTRK that the baby's mother had left the child in her vehicle as she checked that her apartment was locked, and when she returned, the car was gone along with the infant. So somebody obviously how long does it take to check your apartment? I mean, if the car's parked right there, it's running. You run in the apartment, maybe 5 minutes max. Somebody was just waiting there to jack her car. That's creepy. That's pretty creepy. The suspect ended up dropping the baby off on the side of the road and ditching the vehicle nearby before fleeing the scene. A neighbor, Maria Garcia, stated that her surveillance cameras were able to document the incident. She turned the footage over to police. She said the video showed the baby being dropped off and that the baby was there for about 20 minutes before Flores spotted the child. Flores told reporters that he never expected to find a baby, and he thought this is not normal that a baby can be on the side of the street. You think that? Yeah, that's just a normal occurrence. It's every day. I see it all the time. I saw 3 this morning on my way to work. Flores told reporters also that he delivered thousands of packages since he began driving for Amazon at the beginning of the pandemic. But the delivery was the best he's ever made, and the best thing is that's happened to him on the job. As for the baby, Garcia cared for the child until police arrived and reunited with its mother. As of Tuesday, police were still searching for the suspect who took the vehicle. Now, obviously, if you joined us for the sports edition, you knew that we talked about the Bills. The Bills had a great game, granted that they lost. But here's a Bills fan that did something very unusual. Bills fan spreads her late father's ashes at Arrowhead. Ronald Kimmick was a huge Chiefs fan, but his daughter was always a Bills fan. He was a Chiefs season ticket holder forever. Kristen Kimmick is a diehard Bills fan, but her father, Ronald, always loved the Chiefs. Ronald passed away of a stroke in October of 2019. Kimmick says he always wanted to go to a game in Arrowhead, but never got the chance. And obviously with COVID and what was going on, obviously he did pass away, but still there was no chance for anybody really to go to the games until recently. Kimmick couldn't pass up the honor to see the Bills play the AFC Championship game at Arrowhead. She booked her tickets before she knew the Bills would even play in the game. And when the time came, brought her dad along. Wearing a necklace with a tiny capsule of her dad's ashes, Kimmick opened it up during the game and spread some of the road ashes in the stands at Arrowhead. How cool is that? I mean, somebody's going to sweep them up and take them away, but still kind of cool. I mean, hopefully your dad respects that. I think that's awesome. Here's a good one for you guys. This is definitely strange. Owner of haunted house in Caldwell finds a secret vault door inside wall. Now, before I get into the story, I think this was even before I started today with DW. There's a lot of reports right before COVID, and it has no correlation of what was going on, but people finding random and weird things in houses that they bought, before, not knowing what they were, where they were there when they bought them. One of the ones, it'd be great for you guys that are pop culture guys and geeks and fanboys, is that there was an article, I want to say it was in 2019, that a gentleman was remodeling the house that he bought, and he didn't start remodeling it until for about a month or two or so. He started taking down the old lath and plaster walls. Now, back in the day with lath and plaster, if you're familiar with any type of construction, there was no real insulation back then. We're talking really, really old houses, 1800s. They would use newspapers, paper, anything they could find, because there was no actual insulation that we know of today. There's definitely no foam insulation. So this gentleman was breaking down one of his walls to remodel, and he found Action Comics #1. Yes, Action Comics #1. If you're not aware what that means, and if you are aware of what that means, you're gonna be like, no way. Action Comics #1 is the very first appearance of Superman. And it goes for thousands, if not close to millions of dollars, if it's in great shape. So this gentleman did find Action Comics #1 in his wall, which was very random. It was all by itself. I don't know why. It wasn't with newspapers or anything else, so it didn't really do much of any insulation. So he took it and got it appraised. It was rated, if you do a CGC, which is the official grading, it was like a 4.5. It was worth over a couple $100,000. Needless to say, upstairs, 3 weeks later, he starts breaking down another wall and finds Action Comics #3, which is the first appearance of Lex Luthor. Excuse my language. Holy effing shit. I want to break down every wall in this house if I'm seeing that. The sad thing about Action Comics #3, his grandmother, who did own the house, had no idea what was in there. So it obviously happened before her. Maybe it didn't, not sure. She looked at it and ripped the cover by accident off. So it brought its value down from a 4 to a 1.2, and it was still worth a couple $100,000. So there's always strange things. Now, I'm not telling you or condoning that you should start smashing in your walls of an old house, especially if you don't own it, and the landlord will not be upset. But at the same time, you never know what you're going to find. Just like this owner here in Caldwell. The owner of the haunted house was taken back to discover a secret door to a mining vault hidden inside one of the walls. Despite having owned the house, which sits in Bassett Street in Cambronne for years, here we go, years, decided to remodel. Rupert Ellis had no clue the property was hiding such an interesting story. He believes the house helped him to discover the vault in a series of spooky coincidences. The owner of Coffee Bar Express in Falmouth said, "I'm in the firm belief that the house chose me and not the other way around. There have been some very spooky coincidences. Talking to several local people who include the great-grandson of the mine captain who lived and worked here, I've discovered a wealth of historical information about the house and context hidden for a generation, including a walk-in vault used for storing mine and mineral maps, which had been bricked and plastered over. There's been this process of taking off layers and getting back to the original. I started chatting to a builder who worked on the house in the 1980s, and he said, 'Have you found the vault yet?' So somebody found it, and they didn't say anything. That's pretty cool. I spent a week or so tapping the walls, trying to work out exactly where it would be. It's a little bit nuts, but I don't have a suspicion the house. I do have a suspicion the house is haunted. There have been a lot of coincidences in this house, and things have happened. The moment Rupert discovered the vault door was one of those strange happenings. He was hanging a poster and created 4 little test holes in the wall, only to see that there was something behind it. How big are these test holes? Unless it tapped on the hammer. I mean, how can you see it? It's just a nail. When he got a jackhammer, wow, this guy's no joke. When he got a jackhammer, the badge of T. Withers and Sons of the heavy vault door became visible. Strangely enough, the poster had been leaning up against that exact spot in the wall for a year and a half. Rupert reckons the room has been trying to draw his attention to its secret. About 3 or 4 months ago, I had an incident with the lights switching on and off, he said. It's not the first time things have happened in this house. There are certain things where I think I can't explain that. When I first moved in, there was all manner of banging going on. I got woken up at a certain time each night as well. Friends stayed here who claimed to hear footsteps. There have been some unexplainable scenarios. Even a stranger is at the door's badge refers to T. Withers and Son from Bristol and Middlehands. Wow, that's creepy. Yeah, have you ever been in a haunted house? My former house, if you listen to Saturday's episode of Today BW, it was haunted. I had 2 little kids that were in colonial garb. And I stayed at this house. I lived at this house, which I rented for 12 years. And let's put it this way, it's not a full life-size dollhouse, but a little kid could sit in it. I mean, that's how big this thing was in the attic. So it was kind of creepy, but I was cool with that. Let me know if you guys ever been in a haunted house or any experiences. When Rupert talked to his mom, she revealed that his great-grandfather came from Bliston and was a locksmith. It was just so bizarre, he said. You can put things down to being coincidental, but there are so many coincidences here. So I think I have a responsibility to put the house back in the way it wants to be put back. Turns out that the house was originally built by the Bassett family around 1832 and was the former head of office of the Teldy Minerals Company. The vault would have been a walk-in safe containing mineral plans, wages, and ore. The infill on the sides of the safe contains chunk of turquoise and copper, which hints that waste from the mine was used in the building of the house. Rupert's bedroom would have been the boardroom. He's now setting up, restoring the building to its original state, starting from getting rid of the laminate flooring to reveal the parquet tiles beneath. How cool is that? How freaking cool is that? I think that's just awesome. This wasn't this next one. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put in a junk drawer or strange files. But I had to, because this is just really weird. When you're going to commit a crime, don't you plan this out? Shouldn't you plan this out? Shouldn't you know if there's security cameras? If you're going to set fire in some place, wouldn't you check to see if there is a sprinkler system, especially if you own the building? Yes. So anyway, this Queens man did not. Trying to get a little bit of insurance money after his place was shut down after COVID. Restaurant owner in Queens has been arrested for allegedly trying to set his own business on fire after the restaurant had been closed due to COVID restrictions. Investigators say 50-year-old Asif Raja set the fire in several locations inside his restaurant, but the sprinkler system, knocked the flames down. Okay, how do you not know when you're the one that installed these? Like I said, strange tales. This happened back in August at the business in Steinway Street in Astoria, Queens. Only after an ongoing investigation did FDNY fire marshals, this is why it's taking so long, working with NYPD ATF as part of a task force identifying the arson. The crime was captured by surveillance video of the cameras that the man installed himself. Raja has been charged with one count of arson, which carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years in federal prison with a maximum sentence of 20 years if convicted. We are extremely grateful that no one was injured during the incident and for the collaboration between all law enforcement agencies involved in bringing this individual to justice, the report says. Now, we're gonna stop our lovely Strange Tales music, and I'm going to show you exactly this whole thing because this is ridiculous. Let's, where am I here? Come on. All right, this is nuts. You gotta be an idiot. Something's wrong here. You must be really hurting for money. You must be really hurting for money. If wow. Oh, that's nice. We don't need that. There you go. You gotta be really hurting for money if you forgot that you had installed your own sprinkler system and security cameras. Anyway, that is today's Strange Tales, brought to you by Chase Sports Complex. Check them out at chasesportscomplex.com for the information about their opening and what they can offer you. And they are definitely open during COVID right now and will meet all the restrictions for safe inside fun. Hopefully how do you guys like the new intro? Let me know. I'm ecstatic about the new intro. Yeah, I had a little bit of part to do with it because I did the effects, whatever. But let me know. Is that cool? You like that? I don't know. I'm really excited. And I'm still excited that I'm kind of part of the Marvel U. I can't help this. This is awesome. Thank you to Dan Hurst. You're going to hear more from Dan. Dan's going to be gradually taking over the show, the intros and segments as I do and produce more of his work. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know again what you think. When we come back, we have some Hollywood happenings with Michelle Pfeiffer going to rehab. And we got Rob's favorite segment, the Food Files. All that and more when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
The difference between imagining the future and being the future is what you do to get there. Only you can make it better.
Welcome back to the Wednesday night edition of Today with DW. Happy Hump Day. If you're just joining us, why? We've been on for 30 minutes. Come on. Join us. Join us at 6:30 every night. Well, I shouldn't say every night. Tuesday through Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 or 8 o'clock, depending on how much information I got or if I just want to keep going. We did do a 2-hour episode last week, which worked out really well. Who knows? Maybe we'll keep going. Maybe we'll keep doing that. We'll see how it goes. So again, it's the Wednesday edition of Today with DW. hopefully you're having a good time, and let us know if you're enjoying the show. And again, always tell me if there's anything you'd like us to add, if there's any segments or anything cool or a topic that, you know what, how about, I'd love if you guys found some strange news. I have no problem working on that. You know, if you found something that you thought it was strange during the day, hit me up on Today with DW Show's podcast page, and I'll make it an article, or I'll make it part of the segment. And, you know, I'll definitely give you a shout out if you guys find it. I think that would be great if you found something that you would, or in the junk drawer, or in the food files, anything that you guys think that would fit. Rob, I know you would find some really cool, unique food file stuff for me. I'm sure of it. If anybody that is one of our listeners, I do custom myself as a foodie, but you were like master foodie. But definitely, hopefully you had a good time up here in Saratoga. Sorry I didn't get to connect with you this past weekend. Hopefully you had a good time and you got home safe. Yeah, guys, this would be great if you gave me any articles, anything that would be fun, and you're part of the show. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of the show? But anyway, let's get into today's Hollywood happenings. No Time to Die. More movies are being delayed, obviously, for COVID. But now, it's not necessarily COVID why James Bond's film might have to do reshoot scenes because of not only COVID delay, but because of the delay of time. No Time to Die may have to shoot new scenes as it's being delayed for so long. The James Bond film was originally to be released April 2020, but was one of the first films to be pushed back in the wake of the pandemic. Universal and Eon Pictures soon shifted the film from October 2020 to April 2021, but recently decided to delay it again another 6 months to give it into October. This decision had reportedly meant that producers could have to film new scenes in order to reflect new advancement in Bond's technology. So, all right, let's backtrack. Okay, April 2020. Now we know James Bond, Q, is his gadget guy, and always top notch, always ahead of the curve with some great, unique, cool gadgets, futuristic. So between April of 2020 till the release in April, 1 year later, the gadgets they made on this movie are outdated already. Things that make you go, or should I say, this decision reporting meant, according to The Sun, Daniel Craig's character, high-tech gadgets have aged so much that it looks like he's carrying something that's been out for ages. It's believed that many of the film's sponsors, which reportedly include Nokia and Omega, will be frustrated that the older models of products will date the film when it's finally released. It means some of the scenes are going to have to be very, very carefully edited and looked at to bring things up to date. The main scenes that producers are said to be considering reshooting are the ones involving Gadget Man Q, who is played by Ben Whishaw. No Time to Die, which stars Lasha Lynch, Lea Seydoux, and Rami Malek, is currently scheduled to release on October 8th. Good old Martha Stewart, who let the dogs out. Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg. Martha Stewart launching line of cannabis products for the dogs. Why didn't I have the Who Let the Dogs Out soundtrack? See? It's just not on the ball today. Lifestyle guru Martha Stewart on Tuesday launched a line of cannabis-infused oil drops and soft-baked chews for dogs, months after the successful release of her cannibal CBD gummy treats for humans hit the shelves in the United States. Now she has teamed up with Snoop Dogg on that particular venture. Go figure. Who else would you want to team up? Who better to endorse your CBD than Snoop Dogg? Last year, stay-at-home orders to stem the spread of COVID-19 limited people's entertainment options and fueled stress and anxiety. Cannabis-infused edibles like gummies and chocolates and beverages were among the most highly sought cannabis products. CBD, a non-psychoactive compound derived mainly from hemp, is being researched for various medical applications and is widely advertised to have relaxing properties. Stewart wants to bring those benefits to dogs with CBD oil drops and soft-baked chews, which she claims can help with mental and physical well-being, reduce stress, and maintain joint health and movement. My dogs, not only my companions, but they are part of my life, and I prioritize this emotional and physical well-being as my own, Stewart said in a statement. Just as CBD can support human wellness, it's been shown to improve the quality of life in pets as well, she added. Stewart's line will include soft chews marketed only under three different categories: wellness, calm, and mobility, ranging between $19.99 and $22.99, depending on the form and the size of the dog. I don't know why I find this funny. How do you know? How do you know? I mean, I guess you know if your dog's well or not, but how do you know if your dog's got anxiety? It's not like he can tell you. He or she, I should say. The products will be available at Canopy's e-commerce websites and franchise groups, the Vitamin Shop website, next month. The market for pet CBD products is expected to reach sales over $400 million by 2027, from just $37 million last year, according to a report released by Grandview Research in August. Holy crap. I've never tried CBD, but I hear that it's amazing for a lot of people. So we'll see what happens. I'm open to anything, whatever works. Michelle Pfeiffer, as I stated, going back to rehab, or I should say going to rehab. It's not what it seems now. Hold on. Michelle Pfeiffer is to play Betty Ford in Showtime's First Lady anthology series. The cast of Showtime's upcoming anthology series, The First Lady, formerly known as First Ladies, is coming together, with Deadline reporting that Michelle Pfeiffer will be playing Betty Ford, and that Undoing Susan Bear will be directing. The series is a revelatory reframing of American leadership, emphasizing the women in the heart of the White House, with this first season focusing on Betty Ford, Michelle Obama, and Eleanor Roosevelt. We learned a while ago that Viola Davis will be playing Obama, but that this is new. Pfeiffer as Ford casting are still all we seem to know about which famous people are playing these other famous people. Roosevelt will presumably be played by another big name, but it'll be interesting to see how Showtime handles casting the presidents these women are married to. After all, the show's official plot synopsis implies that they won't be getting much of the spotlight. Maybe Bear can call in some undoing favors and get Hugh Grant to play Gerald Ford. Okay, that would actually be kind of fun. That would be kind of cool. Today's birthday, stand-up comedian and actor who voiced the Remy in the animated film Ratatouille and played the role of Spencer in Oakland TV's The King of Queens, Patton Oswalt, turns 52. Also, he's also in the MCU, on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Supposedly, he had a twin, but maybe he was a life model decoy. If you don't know what an LMD is, Google it. I'm sure Rob knows. Rock musician, guitarist from Iron Maiden, Janet Gers, turned 64. Actor and activist. Some of the films you would know him from: Babe, Star Trek, First Contact, LA Confidential, The Green Mile, Space Cowboys, Spirit, Stallion of the Cameron, The Queen, Spider-Man 3. James Cromwell is 81. Love this actor. Scottish actor, famously known from Josie and the Pussycats, X2. Come on, you know who I'm going to talk about. Nicholas Nickleby, Son of Mask, and the Showtime movie musical Reefer Madness. Alan Cummings turns 56. And that is today's Hollywood happenings. If you guys are just joining me, it is the Wednesday edition of Today We Did W. The guys that are joining me, hi, you guys having a good time? What do you think? Are you enjoying the show? I know I am. And like I said, it doesn't even feel like 47 minutes. I'm like, this has been 5 minutes. I don't get it. I don't understand. Obviously, time flies when you're having fun. So as I mentioned before about the new voice actor that I have that is part of the network with us, Dan Hurst, I did not, on my part, we need, what do we need? Do we need this? Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. On my part, I forgot to mention the segment Food Files. Now, it's one of our newest ones. It's not something that happens every episode. This is a combination of things that I find throughout the weeks, whatever, and I just kind of put them in there, just kind of like the junk file. I did not do a segment for the Food Files. So I'm sad about that. I dropped the ball, and I will give you guys something with that, as we have music for all our intros. I was trying to find something that would be appropriate for Food Files. I was going to change it to the Foodie Files. I don't know. We're going to be playing around with some segments. It's early in the year, but again, I apologize. I dropped the ball. There was no segment made for this. It's still brand new. I think it's the second one I've done, but I just wanted to I like giving you guys the behind the scenes of what we do back here. So just to kind of give you guys an idea. Hey, you know, it happens. It's not all glitz and glam. You think, you know, I mean, and there's a lot of work to be done back here, but I really did drop the ball. I talked to Dan today. I'm like, hey, I really forgot about this. Do you think maybe we can come up with something? I might do it on my own. Dan might come up with something, and we'll see. But we've already got a good relationship, and it's only been a couple weeks. I can't wait. Dan will be a guest on the show soon, hopefully next week or the week after. We're working out his schedule. So we'll be talking about his time voice acting, some of the great commercials like Chicken Town. You want to see a great commercial, which is really cool? Check out Chicken Town. It's on YouTube. I believe it's the UK version for KFC. I don't know why. I thought this is the commercial that got me hooked on Dan. I don't know why. It just strikes me. And it's a great segue, I guess, to get into the food files. Maybe we'll call it Food Town. Yeah, maybe we'll call it Food Town. Maybe I'll do that. But check that out. I should have put that up there. I think of these awesome things last minute. I should have got the YouTube up so we could play it. But maybe I'll do that in the next food files, or maybe I should call it Food Town. I don't know. You tell me what you guys think. But anyway, sorry. It's just I'm in a good mood. It's a good Wednesday. Let's put it that way. So I will probably do some random. I will probably do some random music tests here. I don't know if this is really appropriate for food. Maybe I need something mellower. But anyway, we'll so I will. I'll just do this as the intro. I'll give you guys a Body Armor T-shirt if you can tell me where this is from, because it is from a TV show. I'll let it go for a second. The first person who either tells me watching live or tells me in the audio version this what song that the show comes from, I will give you a Body Armor T-shirt. Anyway, let's get into food files. Now, I was going to say about foodie and say foodie files. Foodie and Rob, who's a good friend and a longtime listener, foodie, and correct me if I'm wrong, foodie means you have good taste, I think, and you people respect your choices. Now, I wouldn't put this in food and make this foodie files because we've had a lot of Pizza Hut information going on in this show. So I don't know. Are you a foodie if you like Pizza Hut? I think that's my asking for a friend. Are you a foodie if you like Pizza Hut or Taco Bell or fast food? That's my question putting out there. I'm asking for a friend, not for myself. Are you a foodie if you like pizza? But anyway, Pizza Hut launches Detroit style pizza. There's a new pizza rolling out nationwide Tuesday. You need more choices for pizza. Anyway, and it's putting the famed Detroit style pizza on the spotlight. Pizza has launched its own take on Detroit style pizza nationwide, what the chain called is the biggest launch for 2021. Though it will be offered only for a limited time, David Graves, Pizza Hut chief brand and manager, said it could become permanent if based on sales. Pizza officials say that they created a Detroit style pizza because of the growing popularity of the Detroit-born iconic style. I am not familiar with this style. Now, obviously, I have the Chicago deep dish. You have your New York style. Now, I know some listeners may correct me. There's a few different styles for New York. There's the thin, crispy crust. There's the thing with the slight flop. There's some that are a little bit thick. Then you have your Sicilian style, which I would assume is definitely New York City, which is offered everywhere. To give you an idea, Detroit style is the fastest growing trend in pizza, no longer a Midwest thing. It's a national trend, says Graves. As he did a virtual taste test this past week, the Detroit style look took a year to develop. Why would it take a year if it's already styled? That's weird. Pizza tried more than 500 iterations. Okay. I mean, I think I'm a really good cook. Let's go back to this. If you're listening to the audio version, I'm responding to the comments given here. Rob says, I think foodies are obsessed with food. I am one. LO. I think Food Town sounds better. Boom. We got Food Town. There you go. Food Town it is going to be the new. I love it. Today's an awesome show. Food Town it is, my friend. And now I got to come up with some type of different music. So it's Food Town. But getting back to the article, Detroit style obviously is the style. If I'm correct. So why did it take 500 iterations to create this? Tests were also done in the Midwest. True to the traditional Detroit style pizza version is rectangular. The cheese is spread all the way to the edges to get that crispy caramelized crust. Toppings are added, and again, true to Detroit style, the sauce is ladled on top. Okay, so basically it's a thick Sicilian with the toppings under the sauce. With the cheese first, then the toppings, and then the sauce first. I don't understand how much better that would be with the topping. Anyway, the pizza comes in its own specially designed rectangular box with Detroit style labeled on it. Also on the box is a graphic of the pizza, which lines pointing at each layer, explaining what makes it Detroit style. There are the crispy cheese edges, 50% more cheese, and all the way to the edges, the loaded toppings, and the vine-ripened tomato sauce ladled in 2 lines. Oh, here we go. 2 lines in the top. So the sauce doesn't cover your entire pizza. It's just 2 lines. I don't know if I would like Detroit style at this point. Cup pepperoni is the one that curls up as the pizza bakes, developed crispy edges, and often there's a little puddle of oil. Okay, that does not sound appetizing at this point. But anyway, Pizza Hut's trying to keep up. Boston Market, as mentioned in the beginning, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago of chicken wars. Now, if you're not familiar with the chicken wars, it is something that's been going on for a while now, with Chick-fil-A obviously leading the pack, and then Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's started getting into the chicken wars, offering other options, more chicken options. Well, Boston Market debuts chicken sandwich, and here's how you can get one free. So they're playing up definitely on the chicken wars. It's called Nashville Hot. Boston Market, known for its rotisserie chicken on Monday, introduced Nashville Hot Crispy Chicken Sandwich and its first ever crispy chicken sandwich. With this new sandwich, the Colorado-based chain declared the chicken sandwich wars are over, and they are already deeming this the new sandwich the winner, according to a news release, saying that they're putting the competitors to shame. You just released it. You can't be calling others out if you haven't. How do you know how many sold yet? It's kind of ballsy right there, Boston Chicken. Just saying. To get people to notice, Boston Market temporarily put a Nashville sign over Boston signs at 20 select locations across the country. The Nashville sign will remain up for a few days while this promotion is going on. In Metro Detroit, oh, look at that. Nice segue. Didn't even know it was a segue going in there with the Detroit pizza style. In Metro Detroit, you'll find the Nashville Market sign only in Livonia at its 19055 Mid-Bet Road location. They have 15 locations in Michigan and more than 300 nationwide. It's there that you can score a free Nashville Hot Crispy Sandwich. The first 50 guests to visit this restaurant each day, Wednesday through Friday, receive a free Nashville Hot Crispy Sandwich. According to Boston Market, the sandwich is a crispy chicken breast with smoky Nashville hot sauce, pickles, ranch dressing, and a brioche bun. The brioche bun and pickles might sound familiar. More than 2 years ago, Popeye's Chicken launched its famed fried chicken sandwich served with pickles on a brioche bun. Boston, you had me until you said pickles. I would say this is the foodie in me, but it's not. It's just the particular in me. I have a hard time even having pickles on my burger. I mean, if it's a McDonald's burger, I mean, I don't eat fast food anymore. But McDonald's is fine. But anytime I go to a restaurant, if I'm going to get a burger or whatever, it's the dill pickle on the side. I never put my pickles inside. I know there's a joke there somewhere. We'll just leave that alone. But putting pickles on a chicken sandwich, I don't think so. Rob gets back to me. Again, if you listen to the audio version, I'm responding to Rob. They probably had to develop a production method to easily reproduce the Detroit style. Oh, yeah, you know what? It makes sense. So basically, yes, that is correct. So basically what Rob's saying is, getting back to the Detroit pizza, is making the production fast enough to be able to develop and make it on time and put it out at a readily fashion. I mean, obviously, if you're making this at home, you can take your sweet ass time. But yes, that does make great sense right there. But still 500 times, it's not like this is a brand new franchise. You would think that they would kind of know what the hell they're doing. But anyway. Boston Market, again, more stuff. They're really going hellbound in this chicken wars. I mean, don't they only sell chicken anyway? Boston Market's new line also includes a Nashville Hot Rotisserie Chicken meal and a Nashville Hot Crispy Chicken meal. The meals include dill pickle chips, 2 sides, and corn bread. So not only do you get pickles in the sandwich, you get pickles on this. I love pickles, but goddamn. They've also added a crispy chicken BLT sandwich and a white gravy meal. Never been a big fan of white gravy. So the chicken wars, I don't think, are over. It seems burger is losing out to chicken this year. I don't know if this has anything to do with COVID, but it's weird that 2020 and 2021, chicken has been a major focus over burger. We'll have to see how this develops. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat, aren't you? I'm totally kidding. But anyway, now I'm a hot sauce fan. I'm not an extreme hot sauce fan. And I'm very particular. Like if you guys have ever watched my old past episodes, they are old, but past episodes of Winging It with DW, where I do a video with my good friend and Earplug podcast videographer Tom DeCiccio. They were little wing reviews, kind of based on Portnoy's pizza reviews. The one bite. What are the rules? There are no rules. We kind of took a jump on that, and we did chicken wings, and we did all local establishments. I think we did 12 or 13 episodes. We were going to start up again, but because of COVID and everything, it was kind of a little weird that we couldn't do that. Hopefully this spring we'll get back to them. People did like that. So to give you an idea, you can go over to earplugpodcast.com and check out the videos on the right-hand side. You can click the link there, or you can go over to our YouTube page and check out all my reviews. On a side note, Pizza Hut, that might be the first one you want to see. That might be the best one to start with. Sorry, Pizza Hut or Domino's. But anyway, for ours, when we do the videos and when I do it and the way I base the taste tests is I do medium, just a medium sauce. I don't do hot. I don't do mild. I don't do garlic Romano. We are going to do some of those because people have requested that. Those would be like a specialty item. I feel those are special items. So we get medium sauce. So I do like a medium tasty sauce. My biggest complaint about wings is when you think you have the best wings and then I ask you how you make your sauce and you say Frank's Red Hot and butter. I wish I had an FU button. You know what I have? I have this. Yeah, that's not wing sauce. It's a lazy, cheap ass way of making a wing sauce. And I can tell Frank's Red Hot right off the bat. It's crap. It's not a good wing sauce. It's not whatever. If you use it as a base with other things, maybe, but no. But anyway, Frank's Red Hot sauce will soon come in a sandwich ready slice form. Back in 2018, a Kickstarter for a product called Slice of Sauce made headlines with an idea that is mind-blowing as it is a potential game changer. Packaged slices of ketchup billed as a no mess and zero soggy bun, way to enhance burgers, sandwiches, and wraps. The idea of sliced condiments has continued to bounce around in the public consciousness since, but Slice of Sauce has been relatively quiet until recently. Officially launched last year, Slice of Sauce grabbed the larger spotlight last week after appearing on Shark Tank. Baseball legend and guest shark Alex Rodriguez bought into the concept with a $200,000 investment, and the brand revealed an innovation that may finally cement its game-changer status, name brand hot sauce slices. From its humble ketchup beginnings, Slice of Sauce is now accepting online pre-orders for 2 spicy new slices. Frank's Head. Wow, this show is going right down to the gutter. Frank's Red Hot Original Cayenne and Secret Aardvark Habanero Hot Sauce. Both products are officially collaboration made with the actual sauce brands and are being sold in 8 slice packs for $5.99. Slice also makes a 4th type of slice. Say that, slice of sauce. Say that 5 times fast. Spicy sriracha. But that's not an official collaboration with you know who, so it's perhaps not quite yet out there yet. We had always dreamed of collaborating with existing sauces to share familiar flavors in a new form. Founders Emily and Cole Williams told reporters. These 2 brands are some of our absolute favorites, so we use some good old-fashioned networking, hard work, and collaboration to develop the relationships. Tell me how you feel about this. I love all about innovation and whatnot, but you can look at the pictures. I tried to find some good shots. There weren't really great shots. They look like cheese slices. So I guess isn't that make it any different than a habanero cheese or a pepper jack? Obviously not, because it's got the Frank's Red Hot sauce on it. But in the vein, the brand is still going for now. All the slices will be only sold online. We are really excited about our e-commerce platform, so we will focus our efforts there for the next few months. We are speaking to several stores. The owners told the reporters. We're not sure what the future holds, but certainly looks bright. If you do make a pre-order, the couple says they don't have a specific date for sending them out. Oh, that's great. I'm going to order slices now and wait 6 months. Back to that Amazon Prime. Yeah. Okay. They are working on it as fast as they can. Whenever they're ready, you can score your own slices at sliceofsauce.com. So that's today's food files. Again, I will come up with something better. Actually, no, it's not food files. It's Food Town. So yeah, I think Rob, perfect. Great. Food Town it is. I love that. And that is not a segment that happens every episode. It might happen once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. It's just whatever I find through and whatever interesting things we can find for in futon. Whatever comes passing through the town is when we'll put it out there. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me on tonight's Wednesday edition. Happy Hump Day Today with DW episode. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a great rest of the evening. And again, thank you so much for joining me. And please give us a like over at Today with DW podcast show page. Give us a like on iTunes. We're on Spotify under Earplug Podcast Network. We are going to be moving, not from the network, but we're going to make our own stream. We're eventually going to be, so you could go to Spotify, put in Today with DW, and just subscribe to Today with DW on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher. We're working with Pandora right now just for this show. We're trying some new things. I've gotten some interested, how do I want to say this? Interested parties on seeing how we can grow the show. And again, if you guys have any ideas or any comments on how you like the show, what you don't like about the show, we'll be having some more guests soon. Just with COVID and everything, it's been a little weird trying to make the time. Obviously, night times we want to keep it consistent, 6:30 through whatever. I don't want to change the times, but it's been getting a little bit more difficult to get guests, but we're working on it. We got some past guests that are excited to come back on, which I'm excited about. So yeah, I'm excited for the new year. I hope the new year is starting out well for you. And again, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday evening, and I will see you tomorrow.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.